What's happening, guys? It's been a minute since I've done a YouTube video. I had an Instagram follower message me and asked me if I could sharpen his knife for him. Sent me a Para 3 here. It's pretty dull. I told him I'd go ahead and get it knocked out. The choil area, like most Spydercos, is kind of jacked up. I'm going to try to sharpen all the way to that point. If it becomes a hassle, I may contact him and see about putting a notch in, but it's pretty close. I think I should be able to get that with no issues. So I'm going to use my Venev Diamond plate real quick to get that squared away. This is the 120. I believe that's what it is. Mine's pretty worn out. I've had it for years, but it still gets the job done. So that's what I'm going to go with. Got a little water here. I'm going to add just a dash of dish soap so the water will spread across the whole stone. Or the whole diamond plate, rather, without getting puddles built up. First thing I'm going to do is just get started on that choil. I'm going to invert the knife way higher than where the edge actually is and cut the edge off, actually, because we are not going to use that edge. So I'm going to invert it, get that section ground in. I am tilting the knife this way into the stone, so I'm only getting this area. I want to get that ground straight first before I actually get to grinding the bevel in. It's been a while since I made a video. Connie and I moved. We are no longer living in Huntsville. We're living in Madison, which is just outside of Huntsville. Got another apartment. We left the house she was in. She recently had surgery. While at work, she turned around pivoting and ripped her meniscus and her ACL in her kneecap. So she's out of commission right now. She's starting to get around, but her knee is still pretty jacked up. Alright, I'm going to actually find the bevel here and start grinding in that area. Get this all nice and evened up. I'm not sure how well you guys can see that. Now, you all probably know you're not really supposed to use pressure on diamond plates. I use the same amount of pressure on whatever I'm using, which is the weight of my hands. Come what may. Now I'm just following the original bevel here, making sure everything is staying even. I am doing a U-shaped pattern with my hand here. I'm kicking the knife up and then doing a U sweep, so it almost looks like this as I do the back and forth slide. And I've already got a burr. Let me get a Sharpie marker, verify that. No, I'm pretty much right on their bevel. I am seeing I'm not quite where I need to be in that choil area, but I'm going to do this side before I make any more adjustments to it. Again, I'm inverting it a little bit, getting that little spot ground. I need to get that area kind of straightened out, which that pretty much did it. So I'm going to get on the original bevel. And already got a burr. We're gonna go ahead and switch this stone. This is so aggressive. I don't want to create more of a burr than I need to. So I'm gonna use the Venev stones. This is the 100, 120 micron. Again, doing that U-shaped pattern. I'll be doing that throughout this entire process because I've got to get right up against that choil area. Looks like Spyderco has a little bit of an off angle right here, right in the belly. Looks like they may have dropped it just a little bit more than the rest of it. I can still see some Sharpie marker right there. Either that or my angle's really off. And I don't think it's my angle. I think it's them clamping the knife. Pretty much perfect on this side. This side, however, the angle does not match from what they've ground. It's going to stand out more as I get into finer stones. So I'm switching over to the 160, 125 micron side. That one area that looks like the angle's a little different, I may end up dropping it a little bit and grinding it just so the bevels match, but the angle is not right. It'll really stand out as I get into the finer stones. I hadn't heard from a lot of you guys in a while. Make sure you chime in, let me know how everyone's doing. Looks like I recently hit 4,000 subscribers through no fault of my own. Have no idea how that happened, but it happened. Here we have the 50-40 micron stone. I'm skipping the one before it. It's not really needed. It's a little superfluous to use, so. Hopefully you guys can start seeing right at the shoulder. Got some stray scratching going on from Spyderco's wonky grind. We'll get that squared away real quick. I want to lay the knife a little bit further down, angle wise. Now I could just continue sharpening at the angle I've been at until I grind all the way to that point, but that's just a waste of steel. So instead I'm just going to drop my angle a hair just to try to hit some of those stray scratches. Like I got a few of them. That might have got it. I believe it did. Looks like I still got a few of the deeper scratches still in there. I'm going to go just a little bit longer on both sides. I recently noticed on my Venev stone it's starting to pull away from the steel plate here. Any of you guys had that issue on your Venev stones? And if so, did the stone crack? Did it break? I mean, I've used these stones quite a few times, but I don't think I've used them enough that should be occurring. So this is the 7.5 micron. Getting near the end. Got one stone after this, which is the 3.2 micron. Still seeing that stray scratching, but fix that in a minute. Been asked a few times recently if I put pressure on my pull stroke or my edge trailing stroke, and I actually put pressure on both. However, subconsciously I do think I had a little more pressure on my edge towards than my edge away. So as I'm drawing the knife towards me, I apply a little more pressure this way and a little less this way, so it's more, less, and it's all subconscious. I'd say the amount of pressure is so minuscule you probably wouldn't even tell it unless you had some kind of scale measuring it. Such a small amount. For the most part though, I use the same amount of pressure in all my stones, on all my strokes, which is to say hand weight only. This stone's got a little jaggedness going along the side here. Keep hitting it. Knocked my angle off a moment ago. Hopefully I didn't mess anything up. Now again, I've got those stray scratches. I'm going to drop the knife just a hair. Try to get those. Doesn't take much. I think they've got it. Yeah, it got it, but I'm going to leave that there. I don't want to start biting into the coating of the knife. But yeah, I got it. I'm just going to go over that side a little bit more to try to even things out just a little bit. And actually, I think I'm going to hit this side with my diamond plate. Like I said, I feel some roughness. Hopefully that fixed any of that coarse feeling I've been getting. Yeah, that helps out tremendously. No longer feel like I'm having my angle knocked off. Well, my phone decided not to record the last stone. Regardless, this is my DLT XL Leather Strop. It is loaded with white compound from StropBros. Just going to do a few strokes on this, finish out this edge, then we'll get my best tester out and see where it stands. Alright, here we go. Now it's 46. That one's 96. And 67. So 46, 96, 67. So the average came out to about 70. I'll show you guys this edge. I got this new light camera holder kind of deal. As you can see, it's a halo light. Still trying to learn how to operate it. Get the best angles, so I apologize. See right there at the shoulder, still got a little bit of the factory scratching going on. It's not too bad. Another sharpening or two and that'll clean right up. This back choil area is looking pretty decent. I would still probably put a sharpening notch if it were my knife. All in, not too shabby. I think he's going to be pleased with this. If you guys have any questions or comments, as always, leave them below. I appreciate you watching. Y'all have a good one.